wood with Cali Plug. Roll up.
Cook. Someone called a paramedic, bitch, I'm on fire. We don't get this shit together, then we all die. They ain't feeling sympathetic for the small guy. I don't think I'ma regret it when the cars fly. Ain't nothing really hitting like it used to. Gas wake the neighbors up like a rooster. It's a booster, help me see the future. I believe in karma and Karma Sutra, so let's do some. I know you cooped up. I know that LA running, I'll call a Uber. I know that LA weather got you confused, but when you walk in my house, pick your shoes up. I let my nuts hang, I let my chain swing. I'm on a 101, my we're doing the same thing. I need a 101 on how I'm supposed to maintain. I need a lane change, wait. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It ain't really paying for it if it's on credit. I make these motherfuckers come and get it. All kings either get rings or be headed. All things are either rich or indebted. What's the cost of me running out of options? If I don't get deposit, there won't be nothing positive from it. You can play your life in the sky till you plummet. With the ice in your eye, till you rise to the summit. She gon' put it right outside when I want it. I be thinking about the last time that she done it. Can't be having nothing on your mind when I'm on it. You be making sunrise like a morning. I'm tryna get tongue-tied with you more often. It's a vibe when I'm honest. Can't be looking at life through a closed off lens. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Marijuana right there. Give it up to Anglo doing his thing. It's all good. It is a motherfucking Tuesday. What up? We are in the building right now. We are in the building. Good morning. What are you smoking? Shout out to the sponsors, HGV, SirHIGH Smackers, and the High Lounge. Get out there. We have Grow Off going down here very soon. Looking forward to that. We'll be talking about that. But we got Cali Plug popping in today. We're looking forward to this conversation. Obviously, we've been paying attention to what Cali Plug is doing out there. Highly polarizing out here in the marijuana world. And today we got him popping on here to have a discussion, and let's see what's cooking out there. Well, shout out to Cloud Mav being in here. Super Sarah X Pentacles, appreciate you so much. Let's see what we got going on here real quick before we even get anything going here. Let's just start it off right now.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got.
That's right.
Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away?
Oh, we said I'm here for the grow off.
All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail.
Let's get it.
And your little angel
Roll something.
hung the cat up by its tail. And your third fiance didn't show.
What? Say it.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows.
Right here to the morning wood. What up, Rice Rolls in the building? DGR.
They're always glad you came.
What up, Super Sarah Vouchy?
You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same.
What up, I Spy?
You wanna be where everybody knows your name.
That is right. Everybody knows your name. What's going down? We are here. We are here. What are you guys smoking, though? What are we doing? We've got the contest going on yesterday. We saw, who do we, let's go and check in real quick. Make sure that we're keeping up with the brackets. Make sure that we're on the up and up, letting you guys know who is on their way to winning $150,000. Oh, shit. Yesterday we saw Gotti take out Burning Rope. Let's see if we'll see if we can find that margin of victory. Right there.
So That's a hell of a path to the semis to face the winner of preferred or ball family. Damn, the left side is very stacked, isn't it?
Whew. Left side looking crucial. That next round to have preferred going up against ball family so soon in the bracket. I said, oh shit. Super Sarah says he's on that Zoo Sushi. I like it. Zoo Zushi. My apologies. Blicky, I can't hold you. I'm just here to talk shit and see if that little weasel Adam pops out. Where have you been on the network though? Where have you been on the network? All right, I'm not waiting any time on this one. No time. We're gonna get my man in here. I appreciate him taking the time to pop in here. My man, can you hear us?
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good. All right, I'm about to bring you live here onto the show. Welcome in, welcome in. We've got Cali Plug on TMW. What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I appreciate you popping in here, man. New to the network or whatnot, and found out about Cali Plug, through this network and covering cannabis on a national level. And so you're very polarizing, my man. You out here doing this. Like, I've seen you on First Smoke of the Day at this point talking about things. We've seen you out there pushing the cheat toad, right?
Yep.
So get it, my man.
Hottest strain in the streets.
Hottest strain in the streets, man. So when you say something like that, is that based off like units moved, profit, or actual like product quality when you say that?
I guess it revolves into like a science of like demand, online hype, pop-ups, moving it into new regions, introducing it to new palates and new consumers. So that's one thing I've been able to do with the cheat toad. There's 100 brands that are all going to rename Toad or rename Toad Venom or rename Becky. We've happened to be the most successful doing it. It's just hands down. We're the ones that took it to the masses and took it to new markets, places that they want to go, whether it be St. Louis, Dallas, Arkansas, wherever. We've literally created the whole hype for this strain, and been like, yo, this is really gonna get you high.
Nice. So now that was what I was curious about. So it is something that is off of a Becky. It is just a strain that you found and made it yours, but it is Becky. Yeah. It's not a different genetic.
No. People know what they're looking for. Like, we give the comparable product to the consumer. So when a consumer tries our product, they compare it to other product. And we've set the standard so high that a lot of people use our cheat toad to correlate it with other toads. So they'll be like, yo, it's not smoking like Cali Plugs. You see what I'm saying? Or I need the one Cali Plug has. Or they can just have all types of opinions and introspectives of what they smoke, what they consume.
Man, it's a trip too, because you are in a time period right now where I feel like you are flexing the 2018 Farm Bill that gave you the ability to do this on a level that you're doing it. Would you agree with that? That the 2018 Farm Bill has given you the ability to?
Yeah, I just think, like, don't overthink stuff. Just move the way you need to move. If you were already doing this in the 90s, 2000s, 2010 era, whatever, new generation, I don't know, generation. I sound like WWF right now. No.
Well, no, I feel it though. Like, right, if you've been doing it before.
However you were doing this, do it. It's just, what happened? We have like big influencers and big brand owners that push this word black market. It's just a made up terminology, black market, gray market, traditional market. However you want to commerce is on you. Don't let the government set a domesticated way for you to commerce, because there's still medical commercing, there's still patient caregiver commercing, so however you choose to purchase or choose to trade the product or consume the product, you need to just appreciate that, that we have this plan, and don't get caught up with all these terminology and all the laws. Obviously, there are laws, and I'm not promoting people to break the laws.
Right, that's what I'm kind of. I'm like, well, wait though, like,
just don't let the words black market, gray market, because one thing I'll tell you is that 100% of these distributions, these legal distribution facilities, and I'm not blowing a whistle, there's one thing wrong. There's one shoe untied. There's one pack that made it through the back door. There's one worker not wearing gloves. There's something wrong at every distro. There's nothing. There's no such thing as squeaky clean. The books, the place, everything. So nobody's doing this right. They just might have a license to trap legally now, and they choose to do it at the best way they can. Now, some of these markets, whether it be Vegas or Arizona, are a little bit tighter, like on the rec side. Like, it's not as easier for brands and distributions and grows to backdoor, but, they can still make shit shake. But as far as California goes, there's no such thing as like a poster child legal distribution facility. Even the testing facilities all got busted and indicted. All the testing facilities were faking all the THC levels. Like
So we've
there's
seen
no
that.
like
We've
there's
seen that
no
come
yeah
out.
there's no honesty and truth for the consumers, and then you got the legal bud tenders getting paid by the brands to promote these brands. So the bud tenders aren't giving the truth if they're promoting whatever. No disrespect
No,
to
I love it. This is why I wanted to have you
Jeter or
on.
this brand or that brand. Is whatever they're paid to push, they're going to promote it.
No, I love this, man. This is the reason I wanted to have you on, man. And I
Well,
appreciate the conversation because
let me get into something right now, okay? This is something that like nobody talks about right here, okay? And I'm gonna cut you off before you even start, okay?
let's get it.
There's probably like, let's say, average 1,000 pounds of cannabis seized in Los Angeles every week, okay? Sometimes they pour sawdust in it, water in it, burn it, they throw it away, they destroy it, it gets stolen, it gets backdoored by the police, sheriffs, BCC, DCR, whoever. I'm just giving you hypothetical ways it could get out. Well, no, these are actually probable ways. Now, all the cannabis seized, if they were to auction it or create a brand or a dispensary called Seizure Cannabis and actually sell it back to consumers and be able to put it back on the streets, because no matter what, the black market's never going to stop. Okay, the term black market, excuse me, I'm just giving you that terminology. Gray market, whatever.
Okay.
It's never going to stop. And now all that flower they're destroying could go back into taxes, building parks and recreation,
So you're
helping
lobbying.
build city lobbying. It's just we're living through a time where it's so corrupt and nobody understands my thinking. I'm like, yo, you guys are seizing over 1,000 pounds a week, maybe 10,000 pounds a week from people in Los Angeles and just destroying it. And there's no results here. And then the legal market, the taxes from the legal markets going into the enforcement, and the enforcement's taking the flower out the black market and then destroying the flower when they should actually resell the flower and take all the proceeds and put it back into all types of stuff. They can pay for bigger stuff at the police department. They want bigger cars and boats and cyber trucks, whatever they want.
I mean,
Or
that's
they
a
can- or they-
wild suggestion out there. I hear what you're saying. They do that with seizures on a lot of, commodities that they'll consume. Like as far as like when they seize cars, they'll auction them off. You're saying, look, man, what about the weed, baby? Let's get the weed going, right? Let's get the full circle and shit like that.
This should be throughout the country. Throughout the country, any police department seizing cannabis should just resell it. There should be a resale point, like a trading post, where it can get back to consumers or back on a breakdown level. Maybe they don't want to sell it wholesale. Well, okay, cool. We seize these 1,000 pounds. We're going to sell it all by the eighth out of this store, or it's going to go to these stores and get sold by the eighth.
That's
And all
wild.
that money is going to go back to the city, the state, the county, whatever. It's just, yeah, it doesn't make sense. We're moving to this circle, and everyone thinks it's the right way. We've all been taught the wrong way, and we need to unteach ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay,
Well, I think that what we've seen is that in rec, we've seen people write these bills that have never smoked, have never consumed, have never sold a bag, right? So the way that they've introduced commercial cannabis into, the nation is definitely not how all of us have really purchased cannabis in our time, right? And so it's been, interesting to see them commercialize it for sure. And I mean, do you feel with only them seizing, let's say 1,000 pounds, 10,000 pounds, how much do you feel is being produced though? Do you feel like it's impossible for them to ever, grab everybody? So is that why you see there's so much movement comfortably on the internet? I mean, you're out here selling gram jars outside of stadiums. I've seen you inside stadiums doing things and stuff like that. You're moving comfortably.
which is totally legal as long as I stay under an ounce gifting. I'm good. You feel me?
Nice.
And I can actually gift up to 8 ounces if it's a medical consumer. So I'm moving totally legal.
Love that. No, and then so that's where it's at is
Just to get the record straight.
love that. No, keep it up. I mean, that's where I want I appreciate you having this conversation because like it's always been one of those things where I tread lightly on it, right? Tread lightly, but you're obviously out there, and so you popping out here and letting us know, how so. It is beautiful. So basically, riding the medical lanes that are out there. How much does 2018 Farm Bill changing in November? Does that worry you at all, or is that not a concern?
No, that's not a concern at all. I'm not even worried about that. The people who should be concerned are who have smoke shops and THCA shops and people in Texas and Carolinas. Like, I've never. How about this? I hate even say this. I was so late on the Farm Bill. I didn't find out about it till like last year. I was just so spaced out. I was in my own zone,
Yeah.
and I didn't even take advantage of it. I never made $1 off THCA. I attempted to get a booth at the Champ Show. Everyone gatekeep the whole THCA thing, but some people got burnt out on it. Some people got lawsuits and cases. So maybe it's good I didn't go down that lane because it could have maybe turned into something negative. Who knows? So I'm very fortunate. Oh, and then again, maybe I should have been in that lane. So I see what's going on with Little Baby and Wham. They were talking about selling all those thousands of pounds, and now they're in a dispute over mold and contaminated product. I'm just saying the facts. No disrespect against Wham
Right,
or
right.
Little Baby. I'm just saying the facts. You see Cookies. Cookies went through an issue with THCA. I don't know the details of that, but then again, I'm saying some of this facts. And there's all types of stuff. Even my guy Scott from Ice Cream in Carolinas, he's in a big situation right now. I don't want to speak on it. Maybe he can speak on it. But Scott got a whole case going on in Carolinas too, and I hope he makes it through the case. I hope everything he's able to win. Beat it, whatever it is. I don't know all the details again.
Now, and I appreciate you speaking on that too. With you looking at the markets that are out there as options and whatnot, is that why you've chosen the market that you have? Because you see what's going on the rec side, and you're like, look, you brought up the mold, you brought up the test facilities, you brought up, issues. Is that what keeps you away? Because I imagine there's been people out there that have reached out due to your marketing and your ability to make noise and said, hey, can we work something out on a rec side? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, we were originally supposed to be where Catalyst is. If you don't know, I don't really speak on this too much, but at one point, me and Elliot Lewis were partners, the owner of Catalyst, and he's got about 50 stores in California. So Cali Plug at one point was pretty much supposed to be probably at 50 retailers. And that's what I was aspiring to do. I seen what Burner did. Burner wrote the blueprint. I guess you could say he wrote the blueprint. So I guess he provided a level of inspiration.
Mhm.
And so did Stizzy, and so did other big retail franchises. But everything went the way it did. Elliot's came on an interview and spoke about it. He didn't really speak about all the details of the partnership.
Right, because I heard when he
but
said that,
that's-
that was a shock to a lot of people.
He did. And I never spoke about this, and it was a way to kind of engage the audience and keep them reeled in. But he said, "Oh, I'm an owner at 25%." He's a former owner, and the partnership's been terminated. And
Okay.
it was in the past. But definitely got a lot of game from Elliot when he was my partner. A lot of sauce, and it was a 39-day partnership. It wasn't like something like for 6 months or a year. We partnered for 39 days, and he's like, "Yo, this shit you got going on is too crazy, and I got too much shit going on, and it didn't work out, and we just split up." And he went his way. We had another meeting about a year and a half later. When we had that meeting a year and a half later, I gave them a lot of insight and a lot of consulting, which in a sense I regret, but they were promising me my own retail on the side. Like,
Oh shit.
not involved in a partnership or anything. I'm just like a free brand. I have creative control, whatever I want to do, quality control, brands, packaging, price points, and all that. Because my thing was always the price point. The problem is that majority of the retailers on the California market are marking up 80% to 200% on flour, when realistically they need to just mark up about 25 to 35% on flour, bring the customer in with the flour, and then have all the other products marked up, because the consumer's educated on what they deserve on flower. And majority of the legal product is being backdoored to the streets. So they're already getting legal product on the streets, and they're getting it for one third of the price. So I've always been a big advocate, like, yo, the markups at the legal stores are crazy. These guys think they're Tony Montana, and nobody's listening to me. Now, there is a successful platform, which is Bert from the 209 PCF, all the PCF stores up north. He's been able to work on lower margins and lower markups, and he's one of the most successful retail owners. Elliot kind of went with the play in my book, and he's like, I'm gonna be the face. I don't need Cali plug. I can do this myself. And
Wow.
ask Elliot.
I
Ask
mean, well, you
Elliot.
can
It was
see
like,
that, right? He's
yeah,
out
it
there
was
as the face.
Elliot. Elliot never wanted to be the face. Elliot never wanted to go outside and do all this stuff. He never really smoked weed. I'm not
What?
saying. I mean, when I was with him, he never really smoked weed. He's got a lot going on. He's dealing with millions of dollars and employees and HR, and he had other logistics going on at the time, grows and other things going on. But like, he was never supposed to be the face. Like, it was never like, oh, weed for the people, all this events, going to here, going doing this, doing that. He's just like, you know what? I don't need Cali plug. And his team got in his ear. They're like, it is what it is. Hey, no hate. It's all love. Keep pushing. I'm 2026, bro. I don't want to brand bash or hate on anybody, bro. I want to put everything behind me, and everything I've said negative about brands, whether it be this brand, that brand, Jungle Boys falling off, these guys, what happened to Cookies, all these brands. Like, I want to work with all brands and show them what I can bring to the table. My consumer traffic, my foot traffic, what I can bring, and just heavy cash flow. We're still the biggest flower brand in the country. I hate to admit it. It is what it is.
Woo,
It's like
wow.
it is like an understatement, and it is like something people don't want to talk about
Well,
it.
I
Like,
know,
they don't.
because how can they confirm it, right? Who can really confirm that
Well,
outside your camp?
we don't have the hard numbers analytics, but
You
like,
know what I mean?
it's
Like that
it's
is like
like,
it's a bold
hey, no, but
statement, man.
it's if type of thing, like, so no, but it is what it is, man. Like,
Okay.
and there have been some legal offers, but we need to have everything dialed in first before we do anything on the legal market, and that's genetics, quality control, our own retail with our own price points. We can't partner with a corporate company because this brand's direct to consumer, and it comes with a face behind it, and it requires a lot. So it's not just your average brand. This is like a very delicate diamond, like out the rough. And
Well,
I've
speaking of
already
that,
I've,
I,
I've
I,
already been under. I had to bounce back. Like, I already lost it all, and I
damn.
had to bounce back. So yeah, what do you say?
Well, I was gonna ask with that, like what is it like, with working with growers? Then how do you choose, like, how does a grower out there get in, with Cali Plug?
Well, you know what? We're always separated from the growers. We've always been like hated on by the growers, bro. And
Really?
there's a couple growers that I work with directly, but it's more small batch growers I work with directly. The people that have the Cheeto and have the Michael Jordan and Zowers and all these strains that are in our connoisseur line. The connoisseur line, we work directly with growers because
Okay.
it's so the connoisseur lands hands on. But like, big facilities, there's usually an ego, a partner. There's always a liaison. Like, how about this? I cash out big facilities, and they don't talk about it. The people that come there and cash out whatever 100 G's, 200 G's, $500,000, whatever it is, hypothetical. I'm just saying numbers.
Yeah, monopoly.
They know it's coming to me, but it's just something that doesn't get spoken about.
Gotcha.
Just because there's animosity. Because you got to realize 90% of indoor grows have a brand, and they patronize their brand. So the fact they're letting another brand white label, and I happen to be a street brand, they're letting a street brand white label their legal flower that they put all this work into, projections, what jars, what bags is going into, sales team, distribution, all this stuff. It deflates their ego, and it's like, yo, uh, we haven't found a cultivation we feel comfortable a major facility, because majority of the major facilities use Athena and HGV, and my palate, I don't like Athena, and my consumers don't like Athena too. So it's not something against Athena. It's just like, yo, if 80% of the cultivations are using Athena for yield, and my customers don't like it, I'm already fucked. I can only use 20% of the cultivations now to white label and Re-Rock, whatever you want to call it, but white label off of. Now, a white label indoor brand, it's impossible to stay afloat on the California legal market. Doja Pack actually argued with this with me. Doja was like, "Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. I am it. Nah, Doja, you find a grow to in-house your brand, make terms with that grow. They have a distribution and packaging on site. They distribute and package it, and then they have sales on site too. So you're literally in a one-stop shop, and you're only at one cultivation. Now, if you have the freedom to go white label with other grows and you're doing drops with them and doing other projects with them, that's on you. But you've already found an ecosystem. So with me, I'd have to hop around maybe 40, 50 grows to complete the demand
Wow.
on the legal market. So it wouldn't be this. We move a lot of smalls too. So we're actually a bigger smalls brand than we are mediums or bigs. So we've created this market for the smalls.
Does everything go in a Cali Plug brand, or do you also, move units in a sense of like just work?
No, man, I don't sell turkeys, bro.
No shit. So everything you fuck with is all branded Cali Plug.
Yeah, it's all everything I buy is getting packaged. I don't even have the time or logistics or safety parameters to sell turkeys. I can't. I wish I could, and I can barely even co-sign anybody. Like, yo, where can I get 20 loose candies right now? Where can I get a box of toads or the GG4s or whatever the fuck they want? I'm like, bro, I don't do favors, bro. I don't sell turkeys, bro. You feel me?
There it is.
And so I have to totally step away from that game, and it's like I can't even 1 second indulge myself. I can't even do favors. I actually have somebody today asking me, "Yo, could you mind if I get one loose one, like one loose toad or one loose this?" I was like, I gotta tell him like, "Yo, I can't even step into it. I can't even do the favor."
Now, we in Atlanta, obviously there was a lot of like cannabis events going on, but on 420 we saw, one get raided. Why or what your thoughts on Atlanta and that raid? Because we've seen some, go successfully, and then all of a sudden that one gets popped. Do you think that was like someone snitching or just?
Yeah, definitely. They had some type of inside information, and it sucks that that level of enforcement is still around for cannabis. It sucks that they like spent probably like $1 million that day just to hit that
The
spot.
copters out, bro. Like Jesus.
Yeah. So the way I look at that is, first of all, whoever's the event coordinator, it should be no big turkeys around. It should be all branded product, maybe an edible brand, a wax brand, a connoisseur brands, eighth jars. What happens is you start getting fools bringing the big duffel bags, the turkeys, and now there's 1,000 pounds there. When realistically you could have had an event with maybe under 40 pounds there. You could have had a decoy address, sent everybody to this address, had everybody get verified, and then send it another address. And then if anything happens, everyone has kind of an escape route or some type of plan B. But I think people just got too comfortable,
Right.
and and right when the big trappers started coming, my big paisas, my big Asians, they started coming. They go hard, bro. They bring boxes.
I was
They bring
shocked.
boxes. Yeah.
Well, when I looked at the legalities of Atlanta after that, I was like, oh shit. It's like
it's not a
not the
game, bro.
move to be
It's
promoting now
it's
like
not a
like that.
It's not a game. You get fried, bro. You get fried. You'll get fried, bro. It's like one slip up, you're out, bro. You're out, dog. So you can't even risk it, especially in Texas. You can't even risk this shit. It's not a game, dog. So you got to really know what you're doing. It's like the Matrix. You feel me? Even though like we're so comfortable with social media and we're so comfortable with rap music, just cannabis being everywhere, it's still a major risk in some of these regions, a huge risk. When I'm out there, believe me, I'm out there with my shoes all the way tied up. Now, let me give you an example. When we go to Dallas, everyone's like, yo, bring some candies, bring some bigs, bring some smalls. No, I'm just bringing cheat toad out there. It's 75 and eighth up. What do you want? I got it. I got under a QP on me. It's a misdemeanor.
Shit.
Yeah, bro. I know exactly what I'm moving with around. Boom. I know how to move, bro.
Yeah,
I know how to move,
doing it low key. I mean, look,
low-key.
but then you were out I saw you with selling the gram jars out there outside the stadium, man. What was the reaction to stuff like that? Like, what is it? Do you do it for the reaction of the people that are
No, it's just, like,
around,
it's just
or?
like this. we have to be a disruptive brand. Like it's not gonna move right. Like I have to be disruptive. It's just the brand stops the heartbeat. Like if we're not doing disruptive stuff that's creating, again, I said this in other interviews, theater of the mind. Like, oh, how's he doing this? How are they doing this? Why is he doing this? Is it illegal? Is it not illegal? What's going on here? Oh, that they must be the police or this, that, or how do they do this? Like we need to create that level of emotion within their psychological state of mind in order for us to be planted in their mind. We're not like these other cannabis brands. So we need them saying everything. I want them saying everything. I want to be more disruptive. I want to be more hot. Okay, it's a Schedule 3 now. Okay, I'm going to go get the cyber truck. We're going to get it wrapped up. I sell weed. We're going to go to Times Square. We're going to go give out 50 pounds at Times Square. You feel me?
Wow.
To just people that are over 21 and give them free I Sell Weed t-shirts. Now,
Let's
you
go.
would think, the regular person would be like, oh my God, this is crazy. But
Now it's marketing,
it's
right?
marketing. It is what it is. Like
Isn't it?
all these brands have giveaway budgets. They have
Right.
marketing budgets. They have flour they need to give away. They have stuff at events that never made it onto Metric. They they backdoor stuff. Like it is what it is. Like nobody's compliant, bro. Nobody's compliant.
Well, let me ask you about this then, because maybe this was something that you were doing just to make some noise and create some theater here, because you were on a live stream on Proper Doinks. You threw down an amphibian battle, right? The 10K
Yeah.
and lost, but then I heard rumors that you were saying that you felt it was rigged.
Um, I don't know about rigged exactly.
Okay, talk to me.
They do have a relationship with Preferred Gardens, which is a little bit like more from what it seems than the other brand. They have more commodity with them, which maybe they Preferred Gardens has more juice than the other brands. I don't know. I'm just saying that based on my
But this was with you and
my
Dank Mob, right? This was you and the
no,
Dank.
I never said that was actually rigged. They're in their choice. It's their choice. It's their palate. You know, I have two people judging it. It could be biased. It could be unbiased. They could give me the W. They could not. It is what it is. You know. Now um, my personal opinion is that these guys, you know, they're more Skittles, softer smokers, you know, so the toad could be a little bit too much for them. So they might have liked my toad, they might have not liked my toad. It is what it is. But I beat the other brand, the archive guy, and he basically created toad. It's like what the fuck. So this shit's ass backwards. Like it is what it is. It's like, yo, how did you beat him and then you didn't beat them? And yeah, I'm not testing. They got a great platform. They're doing their thing, bro. It is what it is.
Well, you haven't. We heard that you haven't paid that 10K debt, so it's been often a question in the chat. Will
No,
Dank
no,
Mob
no,
see it?
no.
Let's clear it up.
So basically, first day, right when I lost, I hit Dank Mob and I was like, yo, how do you want to get this? He's like, bro, don't even trip. He's like, yo, let's just let's get on the road. Let's just do some events, do some like basically just telling me like, yo, let's just put some sick events together for me. And I don't want to say tell him like help grow his brand or help him get more outreach and build more hype. He wanted me to build more hype around his toad and his brand, and basically I'm like, yo, I got you. Like
Okay, so
it
a
was
deal.
organic. It was organic. He never was like, yo, I'm gonna pay you for a collab or I'm gonna pay you for an event. It was like, yo, just get some shit popping for me, bro. I don't even
That's
want your
dope.
money. He's like, I don't even want your money. Like
Yeah.
Dank Mob's a real one. Salute to Dank Mob.
Shout out
I
to him.
personally, yeah, I haven't met Dank Mob, but my team has, and they're outside. They're doing all the events, and they got great product and great flower, and they're a great brand. Salute to Dank Mob, but he was basically like, "Yo, bro, don't even trip about that, bro. Let's just do something big in the future. Just basically turn me up, bro. Just turn me up on some crazy
Nice.
shit. Like, yeah." And I've been hitting up like, we're gonna do something soon, possibly this summer, maybe in Texas, maybe in Atlanta, maybe in Miami. But I talk to him regularly.
That's dope. Okay, appreciate you clearing that up. And it's
Yeah.
funny how
And
rumors
I
get
thank
spread
God
like that.
thank God I cleared that up because a couple people have been hitting me. They've been drilling me about that. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
bro, this is what down. This is what went down, bro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the most lucrative city in the nation, moving packs out there. What do you think is like the king right now?
Ooh, it's gotta be upstate New York.
No
It's gotta
shit.
be, yeah.
Is that because they had it where too you can like have like fucking stands everywhere? It seemed like you could just sell weed damn near however you wanted for the longest time. Did that create a market that is just like hard to stop now? Because I see them trying to reel it back, but you know what?
No,
What?
bro, it's just dog. I mean, like, no disrespect, it just seems like there's not shit to do out there. So people love to smoke weed. They love to get stoned. You got heavy consumers that people smoke heavy. Like people smoke an ounce a day. We created the ounce market. We were the first ones to really start pushing ounces. We pushed people away from eighths and dubs. And you can ask consumers that. Like we got a lot of people on just smoking ounces. We turned up the $100 ounce in LA. Like we showed people like, yo, you're supposed to get this for $100. Like this brand selling you a $60, $70 eighth of small buds at the dispensary. That's not what you deserve as being a LA local or LA native or somebody visiting LA. This is what you deserve. And that traveled all the way to New York. And now
Damn.
in New York, $100 ounce is normal. I swear, like, yo, that shit's becoming the new normal. And then like we have to sell our ounces in New York right now for $120, bro. We can't sell them for 100. We can't sell them for 140. It's like they're gonna move at 120. It is what it is.
Damn, that's a good point too. I appreciate you bringing that up because that is something that I've even seen like from my homies that were out there trapping that like, yeah, like competing now with this rec market that took a lot of the consumers away. You know, there's fucking ounces going for $60 out in AZ now and things like that. Have you witnessed and had to like kind of move to different markets as you see that happen, or you just adapt?
You know what? I turn on my social media and I see like 100 people selling ounces for $60, $80, $100 is normal, is what the consumers deserve. If that would have been originally how the legal market operated and they went with those type of margins and markups, then there wouldn't be flower backdoored and there really wouldn't be a black market. Everybody would shop on the legal market. It's just the markups are so insane and the owners are so greedy at the retails that people choose to shop on the traditional black market, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why, it's like, it just is what it is. It's like the flower needs to be consumed. One thing you have to understand is that flower has a shelf life.
Right.
Okay. The shit's gonna die in 3-4 weeks. It's gonna start yellowing. It's gonna deoxidize. It's gonna lose THC contents. It's lose moisture. It's like, yo, bro, that shit needs to be sold and it needs to be consumed immediately. It's not a game here. So, and anything going out of state, like automatically you have the TP if it's going on a truck or it's getting shipped. However, if it's not coming like same day on a flight, like I hate to break it to you, if it's not coming the same day on a flight, it's going through different conditions and a lot of different weather conditions, a lot of different altitudes, humidity, all that. So it's like the flower isn't smoking like it was in California. So you can't even really call yourself a consumer in another state if you're smoking California flower that's
Being shipped out.
shipped for a week. Yeah, you're not getting the full experience.
I feel
Actually, to me, it's the flower's been tarnished. So like, let's just say something was cured for 14 days, dried, hanged, whatever, trimmed, 14 days, boom. Gets to a distro in a couple of days. The distro moves it. Boom, boom, boom. It already at 4 weeks. Takes a week to get to wherever it's going. New York, Miami, Chicago. That's 5 weeks. Takes another week to sell in New York and Miami. 6 weeks. So like the consumer might like. You there with me?
Yeah, I'm still here. I see you getting calls over there.
I did. I just got a call. Don't trip.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So basically, the consumer is getting a product that's 6 weeks old and been traveled across the country in all these different conditions. So they're not really getting the best experience.
I can say that they're not getting it as ideal as in California. I wouldn't say like the 6-7 weeks is too far, but like how it's been packaged, if it's been squished, there's a lot of situations.
Squished, all that. They're triple vacuum. Everything coming on a TP has been triple vacuumed and is in like brick formation. And then you don't know what's hidden under. It could be hidden under cow manure. It can be hidden in piss. It can be hidden in fucking avocados. So you don't even know what like type of product or items or manure or debris, what the fuck it's being traveled in too. So you think about that too.
All right, we got Masonic in the chat right now saying Cali Plug's reach hit the actual streets of LA like trenches. I was there. Big words out there from Masonic out there backing it up. Man, so you've been doing this, and what is the ultimate goal for yourself? I mean, obviously, like I've never, experienced if there's a fucking retirement plan trapping and whatnot. So, like, what's the
That's
goal, my man?
that's a deep, deep question. Right now is basically just building up this New York market, gaining a big market share, and showing consumers in New York what they deserve and why, and helping create this wholesale level purchasing on breakdown where a consumer deserves the breakdown price of the pound. So, however, how much the pound's going, the consumer deserves that breakdown price,
Nice.
and basically giving it to them and creating a psychology of how much they deserve, like how much, well, you know how much eggs are, you know how much milk is, you know how much gas is when you go to the gas station. Well, you need to know how much weed is and what you deserve, and showing consumers, yo, you deserve this ounce for 120 bucks, bro. This is what it is. Like, so definitely getting that level of just like market dominance in New York is going to be big for the brand right now. Also, us just capitalizing on smalls, just being able to control majority of the smalls within the state, and cashing out cultivations and cashing out brokers and distros and middlemen, just really having all the smalls, and then having all the toad too, getting the best cheat toad and putting that on the streets too. So that's basically my goals here. I'm still building the brand. The brand isn't where it's supposed to be. So
Okay.
it's still, there's a lot of work ahead of me, and creating fashion sense, where we can collab with big brands, whether it be Sprite or Jordan or
There you
McDonald's,
go.
McDonald's or Gatorade or the Dodgers or whoever.
Hey, wait a minute. You talk about the Dodgers? They let you back in?
Yeah, yeah, they let me back in. Nah, but it's whoever, and we're still cool. The Dodgers still fuck with. We're the brand for the Dodgers.
I love that, man. Good shit. No, I love that energy right there and doing it up. I mean, like,
Really, really, really being the last legacy brand left, and the
ooh,
the biggest traditional brand, and being having a pioneer story and a notable story is going to be dope. You feel me?
yeah.
And we've seen so many brands sell out, like Alien Labs, Connected, Jungle Boys, Cookies. These brands were amazing brands. They were so dope, and they just went super corporate, and they were up for the money grab. Like, you know, um, Doja doesn't know the weed going in his bags in Michigan or Arizona or Nevada. There's no way he can go check on it. He maybe checks on it once a year. Or he sees it. They send him a photo. But at the end of the day,
No, he's going.
a lot of these brands. No, I'm telling you the truth. A
No,
lot of these,
but I've talked to Doja. He does. He is. He's active in there. But I understand that though. There are brands out there that are like that, but those ones.
he doesn't want to be in Michigan. Believe me. Like, so I'm just saying, like, in general, any brand that's launched out of state, they barely push the out of state dispensaries. And any brand that's done MSOs in different states, they might post like once a month or once every 3 months. Oh, I'm in Arizona. I'm in these stores. Say with Alien Labs or Connected or any of these guys, Cure Company, whoever, they don't promote it as much because it's a money grab, custy fuck.
Man,
The
I
the
would.
custies, the, the
I totally
custies
agree
are
with
gonna
you.
buy. Listen, the custies in Arizona are gonna buy it no matter what. They're gonna make big money. Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
But
If Cali Plug was to get on the Arizona rec market, for real, or the Nevada rec market, we'd probably be one of the biggest brands, hands down. We're pure profit. All we are is packaging and IP. So we have no cultivation, no logistics, no sales team, no nothing. We just drop packaging off. Same thing as Doja. Doja does the same thing. So it's nothing different from me and Doja. But
but look at.
basically,
I want to say this though because you said it on the air, and I want to make sure it's clear that Alien Labs and Ted does it is very active in Arizona. Now, what I want to
I never said he was. I never said he wasn't. I
well,
never
no,
said he
you
wasn't.
did. You said he wasn't active and he doesn't show up and he doesn't promote his
No,
brand
no,
in
no, 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 no,
Arizona.
no. I said no. I said no. What I said was they don't promote on social media that all the stores they're in. They maybe once a month or once every couple months. I'm in Arizona. We're in these stores in Arizona. They don't pride the flower they're putting out of state because they know it's just a way for them to be legal in these states, create market share, get legal cannabis checks. Hey, nothing against that. They're feeding their families, they're feeding their teams, they're getting legal cannabis checks, they're paying taxes, they followed the government's domestication, they followed the government's plan, and that's what they want to do. They're prideful on following the government's plan, and they're they know they're supporting the government in these states, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how it was built out for us, and to domesticate us and to teach us. And we've seen what was right, and we know what's right, we know what's wrong, and it is what it is. But like I said, no, salute to all the brands. I'm not here to bash any brands right now. I'm just telling you, like,
Yeah, you give your
you know,
perspective. I appreciate it.
yeah. I'm just giving you my perspective. Yo, these brands are all dope and amazing, and I'm giving my opinion. And if you go over corporate, yo, what happened? Jungle Boys left Arizona apparently. You know what I mean? Like, if you corporatize too fast and move too fast, yo, if Burner would have stayed at Cookies Maywood with the brothers and this stuff, yo, and just kept his genetics and Cookies Maywood and just focused on Cookies Maywood, it'd be the best dispensary in the country. They'd have the biggest lines. They'd have all the consumers. He wanted to grow fast. He wanted to expand, and it backfired on him. At least from my opinion, it backfired on him.
Well, I mean, we're seeing definitely who he partnered with, and he spoke about it, saying, watch who you partner with, and he wanted to expand out there. So you're saying, hey, if you would have kept it, where it was at, where it originated from.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
All these brands. But like I said, what I mean by the other state is that when these brands go into MSOs and deals in other states, they don't promote it, and they're not prideful in the flower. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Have you
they're
been
not prideful? They're not prideful in the flower. And it's nothing comparable to the California flower they're producing or have been producing in California. And that's 110% facts. Anybody can say that. The humidity and the weather and the altitude in the desert in Vegas and Arizona and Phoenix is just a whole different market. Now, I'm not saying they don't grow fire bud in Vegas or Phoenix. I'm just saying, it's got a shorter lifeline. It needs different temperature controlled rooms. And if it's getting moved from cultivation to drying to distro to quarantine to retail to consumer, it's getting moved all these times. The consumer's not getting the best experience.
Yes, but now we'll look at on the flip side with the consumers not being able to have access to, reaching out to someone that has, a hyped out strain because you guys aren't operating on a platform that is accessible, right? Like, I mean, if we look at it, what do you think the biggest platform for you guys has been? Has it been what, when it comes to, the apps like the Snapchat, the Telegram, the Signal, the Instagram, like that's the lane for customers. Like that's just not.
Well, it's basically like a cat and mouse game with the brand, and people like that mysterious, majestic experience.
Okay.
They don't know where we're gonna be at. They don't know when the pop up is. They don't know what city it's in. They don't know anything. They just text the line. It's like the party line in the '90s, like the rave lines, and they like chasing it. They don't like, yo, listen, bro.
I feel it. I witness it.
When I tell you, I have 10,000 customers a week. I have 10,000 in LA. I have 10,000 customers a week in LA. And these customers won't come to our shop till 3-4 o'clock every day till we open. They have a dispensary and a delivery service and a trap shop and a smoke shop on every street.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
They can pick up flower before we open, but they specifically wait for us because they like how we operate. They like the deals. We cater to them. They can relate to us. Our consumers can relate to us, and ask any of our consumers. It's raw. It's how they like purchasing. They can't relate to. They can't relate to buying at Men or buying at Jungle Boys or buying at one of these stores. That's just not them. You feel me? Like they want to come to the pop up. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you that then. So are you saying the network that you have, and I agree with the smoke shops, you had all types of alternatives. You're saying that network is equivalent or greater than the dispensary networks we're seeing. I used to ask the question, who's selling more weed? Is it the legacy market or is the rec market? I feel like you're confidently saying that the legacy market is selling more weed.
That's a tricky one. I can't even speak. I'm not sure, but I know what I've moved, and I've moved the shit.
Nice.
So the legacy market is. If you really quantify me in the predicament, 100%.
Damn, that's wild. I mean, I just I appreciate the conversation. It's interesting to hear from someone that has been so successful with it on your side, and how you've spoken about recreational weed. I've definitely heard from consumers out there who do have some worries about recreational weed and how it's being grown and all of these things you brought up on. Are, in a sense, do you feel that you are able to capitalize on that? Is that kind of like your ability and you're capitalizing on what the rec market, almost sometimes misconceptions, because what you said about Athena, I feel like that is really based on the grower. I mean, I don't think like Athena is a auto, gonna debunk your growing. I think it really does come down to how you use it.
We haven't seen the effects on consumers from these nutrients. So we'll see after they're smoking these nutrients for 5, 10, 15 years, whatever psychotropic or psychological issues or health issues they have. You know what I mean?
I feel it, man. I look at
It is what it is. Like we'll see. We'll see. I've personally, been smoking flower for almost 25 years. I think 25 years, and the 25 years I've been a consumer, I guess consuming. Uh, I've just I'm like just my palate. I don't like Athena. My consumers, they don't like Athena.
Gotcha.
We know how to taste for it. We know how to look for it. We know how to smell it. It's just something people don't want to talk about. And it's 80% of the legal market, and they kill it. They kill it. Salute to Athena. They're killing it.
Well, let me ask you a question.
It's
Then
tough. It's tough for us to white label or re-rock packaged Athena
well,
grown products.
I appreciate you answering all those questions. I know you're a busy guy, so I only have a few more for you. And but in a sense, like
you see me getting restless. You see me getting restless.
I know. I see. I know. I appreciate you, my man, jumping on here.
This weed fucking celebrity. This weed guy.
No, that's tight though, right? You're doing your thing. It's cool.
This fucking weed influencer.
Yeah, doing that. What's the next move for you? You said New York you got something popping out there in New York?
Yeah, bro. Just working on this New York market and just being like a toad missionary, like being like a church, being on a church mission. You hear me? Like,
yep.
where I'm just going state to state, showing people what the cheat toads about, and showing them what they could be smoking. What happened here is, the market became 85%, 90% candies, and nothing wrong with candies, runs, lemon cherries, whatever, nerds, whatever candies people are smoking on, but I'm showing people, there's a step up, and that's why it's so imperative that cheat toe to toad is needed within the market, because it shows people, this is a $4,000 bag, this is a $1,000 bag. We need somebody to create the market and understand quality control and understand levels and curation. Z wasn't doing that with consumers. Z's all over the place now. There's like $700 Z bags, and there's bullshit Z. Don't get me wrong. There's still levels to Z. There's still Z that goes for $3,000-$4,000. I'm not hating on Z at all, but it's just where the markets went.
My man. Well, look, man, I want to make sure that this is an open platform for you, man. I appreciate you coming on here, asking or answering all the questions and kicking game to us all. And your perspective is interesting. I mean, I definitely, with the one that we started with, where you're saying like, there needs to be a dispensary for this confiscated weed or wholesaling it. I mean, like they do other fucking confiscated product. And just talking about, the markets and being safe and how to move and whatnot, man. I appreciate you jumping on here. It's always a conversation I wanted to, have, but, got to keep it light, obviously, because of where we're at with things. Before I get out of here, one question I have for you is obviously...
I tell you the truth, I don't think I've kept it light at all. I think I've given you honesty and my introspective on everything.
No, I agree. I agree.
I jumped there. I mean, I could be more flagrant with my terminology, but I'm giving you a raw. I'm trying to give it to you raw as possible and be real, and having you look at stuff from I guess an oppositional view of way of thinking. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know I'm picking it up. Yeah, no, and that's why I appreciate you popping on, man.
It's like, you know what? I want to be like, oh yeah, you know what? He does have a good point there. You're right. No one's really talked about this. No one's really said this. I've ironed some things out. And like I said, man, salute to everybody in the cannabis space, everyone working, all the brands. Salute to the Proper Smoke Network, your show, the fact that you're putting on for the whole cannabis community, you could say. And it's dope. And I see a lot of people working together, as the market deflated from the pandemic. You got to realize everyone had their run during the pandemic, and now there's more open doors and people that want to work and people that need cash flow, people that need brands, people that need people like me. So a lot of the doors that were closed are starting to open up for me, which is a blessing. Like people that thought I was too hot and too disruptive during the pandemic and during pre-legalization and when flower legalized in 2018 on the rec market. Prop 64. So a lot of people are looking at me now like, damn, we need his influence. We need the trap influence. We need Cali Plug's disruption. We need the humor. We need the cheek and chong stuff. We need the half baked stuff. We need that. It can't be super corporate, scared, all that. It's just not going to sell.
Right.
It's not real. It's not authentic to
Right.
cannabis. So a lot of people are understanding my influence, and a lot of people are understanding my branding and my style of branding, and they're accepting it. And I really appreciate everybody accepting it. And I'm down to work with everybody. I'm down to collab with everybody. There's so much money here, and there's so much motion, and there's so many customers for everybody. It's like no hate at all. Like no hate at all love. And I'm always here to support your platform. Anytime you hit
Appreciate
me
you.
up, call. Uh, yeah, bro. I thought it was on Eastern Standard Time, so I woke up a little bit earlier. So I'm a little bit out
I
of
see
it
you
right
tired,
now.
man. I appreciate you,
Yeah,
dog. Thank
yeah.
you.
Just
And
yeah.
likewise, man, you ever have anything you got going on, man, make sure you send it to me. You ever want to talk on something that you're seeing out there that you feel like needs to be discussed, let this be that platform that you come in and we chop it up about.
Yeah, keep doing your thing. I think I've discussed about everything, and I think we went into some good
Yeah,
topics,
we
and
did.
we can see what conversation develops off these topics, and maybe get back on this in a couple weeks or another
Let's get it.
month, and
My
maybe
man.
I'll see you at one of these events. You have a great day, brother.
You too, my man, right there. Cali Plug popping on here, out here doing his thing, man. Shout out to him.
Let's get it,
Hey,
bro. Cali Plug.
hey, I love it, man. That was cool to have him in here and chopping it up with us. It's one of those conversations where, well, I said I wanted to keep it light for him. He definitely talked about a lot of topics that will be getting clipped. Let's fucking go. Give it to me, though, chat. Give it to me. Let me know. Did I miss any questions you were expecting me to ask out there? I thought that was a dope conversation, though. And just to hear the perspective from that side, right? How he's moving out there, and where he's gonna try to attempt to take it. Shout out to you guys being in here. Get to some of these comments. Let's see. We got Mario wasn't impressed. I saw that. I'm probably getting a thumbs down from Mario. God damn it. Eggs in the chat, though, if you got time for me to roll one up with you and smoke one. Do you have time for me to roll one and smoke one? Eggs in the chat if you're down. Ganja and guns should have been harder on him with Dank Mob. They said at the event he didn't pay. Well, it's not like I want to create something that isn't there, right? So it's like, he answered the question, and yeah, I could have been like, well, Dank Mob was out there, saying like, well, but I just felt like, yeah, I felt like he answered that question, and now it's almost like it's out there like that, right? We got the answer. Because then if I was, I'm not the person. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd have to marry on that, but I don't think I'm the person to be like questioning, or defending or standing up for Dank Mob in that situation, right? Like that almost be like me, like why are you so concerned, my dude? Like I was just more so like, this is what we hear. What's your thoughts? If I was to press on it, it'd be like, well, homie, what's up? You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Yep. It was, and it was dope to have him talk about some things that I wasn't expecting him to go into too. So that was really dope. We did get, Surreal said, it ain't for SirHIGH to punish the bull. He said it on his own words. Awesome. Should have been the last topic. Let him put his 2 cents in. We did talk about it, though. Bigger than everyone, but can't pay a 10K debt. Well, that's not what he's saying, though. He's coming out saying that, look, and look at the reason that I didn't push back, too, is like, I could see that, right? I could see Dank Mob just being like, look, like, if you think about this, though, if both these brands are putting down 10K, willing to lose it, I could see a brand, and I'm not saying I know Dank Mob at all, so I'm just saying, like, this is just a perspective from my stance. if I was in that position and I put up 10K that I was willing to lose and I won, I would be like, fuck it. Like, this dude does have motion. Like, yeah, like, let me kind of, keep that level of, not necessarily owed, but like squad, right? And all of a sudden now you're plugged in with someone out there that has a lot of traction outside of your traction that could help you for 10K. Right. So so when he was saying that, it was like, all right, I could kind of see that. Jack the kid said, yeah, true, SirHIGH, just a journalist. He doesn't have any skin in the dank mob feud. Yeah. Cloudmap, he said he paid it in marketing. That's where I kind of felt. Mario says that's failed journalism. Damn. And I've always said, in respect to your opinion, I fuck with it. And I think that ultimately, you guys, like, I didn't go to journalism school. I didn't do this as like, with any type of, not to say, I didn't do this with any training. I'm doing this based off experience, just smoking weed, loving weed, and then now having the ability to talk to people who are out there really shifting markets and doing things. And so, like, these are all just like organic questions that I have. So yeah, and then just moving off respect. So I feel you. You're probably right. Like, I can agree with you then, Mario, because failed journalism, right? Because like, if there probably is some kind of journalism standard that I maybe didn't follow, where you have to like pry or do better in certain areas, and maybe I'll look into that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing about getting better. It's all love. But I have wondered through this process of being on PSN and interviewing people in the past, like, are the questions, intriguing enough, right? Like, I don't want to get out here and be like, yo, man, when's the first time you smoked weed? I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, I feel like I'm curious more so like the operations. Like, you hear me talk about more so about operations and marketing and then like, topics going on in cannabis and things like that. Not so much about what inspired them to grow weed or, things like that, right? It's more so like, it's a little different. Right? Thank you. I appreciate that, Dopish. And I feel the same way. Like, look, I'm not out here claiming to be a journalist, but I'm just in position to be able to chop it up with some legends. So let's get it. Nice. Awesome. I appreciate that feedback. So I think that, yeah, I've just let you guys know, I have been kind of looking into some techniques on interviews and stuff like that, because I do want to see how far I can take this, right? And to be dope, I do take some training and stuff like that. So we'll see if it helps. So I've watched a couple, because I feel like sometimes this is my critique on myself. I feel like I'll drag on the question a little bit too long, and I need to learn how to shorten that shit up. Like, I'll say like a 2-sentence fucking question where it needs to be like 5 words. You know what I mean? Like, how do I take these 2 sentences that I just fucking spouted out to get to the question and turn it into 5 words? That's where I've been looking into like questions and like how to like articulate that shit. That's the pocket. Yeah, definitely. Marijuana though, man, I'm smoking up some Chanel, the Blue Zoo in Baccio. Shout out to it. I was going to do a side-by-side, but that didn't go down. Masonic, we definitely need to get you on here, my guy. I'm going to reach out to you. Put some eggs in the chat. You ready for Masonic to pop on here? Mr. Free Sea Guy himself. Bro, I have so many out here. I picked up some Wilson. From you. So shout out to you, man. I've supported. Robin for Rosin, good interview. That was a different dynamic than most guests, right? And that's where I had to kind of keep it. It's one of those things, man, like where I've always respect the fact that we're on the internet and there's people moving different ways but it was dope that, so I was like, treading lightly on what I could ask, right? Because like, look, this is the thing. And now, I could speak on it without, feeling some type of way. But yeah, we can't verify numbers. We can't verify numbers. So you could, at the end of the day, just be, it's fucking cosplay. It's a movie, it's theater. And he said it, like, yes, the number one brand. Yes, we sell the most and whatnot, but who can really verify, right? And so that's the type of questions and stuff like that like at the end of the day, like that would be too much for the internet for him to confirm numbers. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, if that's the unfortunate part, and that's kind of why I asked, do you feel like you're able to go off of, perception in a sense and whatnot? Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, like, how can you verify? All right, what do we got? Only Joe wants to see me. Let's go. Blicky, SirHIGH, try not to be petty. If you care so much about one man and behind the scenes agreements, start your own show to pocket watch. Otherwise, leave it alone. SirHIGH, try not to be petty. Oh, nice. I see what you're saying. You're not saying that to me. You're saying that to the other person. I got you. Surreal Masonic is a valid interview. I appreciate how he does his own thing regardless of the trends. Masonic is another polarizing figure in cannabis, 100%. Right? Masonic has done things out there on his own accord and just been him and all of that, for sure. Mace, I feel like Mace would be a dope-ass interview because he would be just fucking transparent. He would have some fucking hot takes for sure. Absolutely. Holy shit, we got 100 motherfuckers in here right now. What's up? Oh, shit. Welcome to the Morning Wood, where we sit back and talk about cannabis every weekday morning, 10 a.m. What's going down? Refresh. What's up? Is there a situation? I'm going to roll this blunt. You guys figure out what's going on over here with the chat. Mario said enough with the shitty guests. Mario, you really who would you like to see on? Let's talk about guests. I'll write these down and I'll reach out. The network has access. Refresh to fix audio. Oh, nice. You guys are saying on your side. Nice. Okay, cool. Rolling up some weed, though. Let me hear it. That's okay, though, Vouchy. I really don't ever hit the like either. You guys make me hit the like. Like, now it's a thing for me whenever I watch Proper Doinks, I'll, hit the like. But before you guys said anything, I never hit the like. Does the like help algorithms, you think? Probably, huh? Fucking... Gotta hit that like. Mario, I was wondering. I'm gonna reach out to Cannabis Chem. I'm gonna reach out to Cannabis Chem. I believe Cannabis Chem will jump on the podcast. We need SirHIGH interview. I'll be taking questions. There it is. You guys ask anything? You guys got me all the time. You guys got me all the time. I'm here. Number 8, Jason? Yeah. Nah, fuck that. I'm going to drop a mustard in the chat. Yes, Cannabis Kim will be dope. I really respect her, too, because I feel like in the next... I've said this before... that I just think that she's one of the people out there in the world that will really advance cannabis awareness for what it does to our bodies and what it does to our minds and the human anatomy and what involvement it has. I think that she's going to really press for that research and then spread that awareness. And she's already done it. And that's why I feel that way. I'm like, oh man, wait till 5, 10, 15 years of just her building. So it would be dope to have that if we could start that relationship now, early on in her growth. She put out a book, talk about the book. She would be a huge guest. That'd be tight. So I'm going to reach out to her. I believe that she would jump on. So I'm going to reach out to her and find out. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be there, Bunch. No shit. Very nice. Yes, I will be there. Read this. What up? What you got for me, Masonic? What you got, dog? I love how my chat is on the screen, even though Mario blocked me. You can't stop the Mace train, baby. Mario blocked you? Why, you guys got beef? Mario, you're a tough cookie, huh? Let's go over here. What's Surreal say? Mario has the brand Metrics by Mario, Living Soil Sativas. Better ask somebody. I'm on your screen. You are on my screen. I know. I think you're talking to him, though. Dr. Riley would be a good interview. Adam's plugged with her. Yep. Dr. Riley, huh? Let me put some respect on the name. Dr. Riley. Yes, we need to have Dr. Riley on TMW. I would love to chop it up with her, so I'll reach out to her, and we'll see what's good. What other guests you guys got, though? Anybody that we're missing? I'm trying to get Archive on here. Archive. There was a time where I was trying to get Terp Hog. I wanted to get Dougie on here. I like talking to the guests that are causing, that are, I don't know why, but maybe talking shit, right? Like let's get a little bit deeper into this. What is really going on? Tomorrow we've got a new guest, a new competitor over on the High Rollers. Get over here and get to it real quick. Gold Rush Farms tomorrow. Rolling the blunts. Yes, I know. Trust me. I want to talk to Surefire. I want to talk to JBZ. It's like, guys, like you guys put this. It's not that you guys put that on the internet, but it's now on the internet. Can we have a convo about it, right? Can we talk? Can we get in a little bit more depth than just the internet post and the comments and the stories? Like, let's really get to the full detail. I think it would be dope. I was thinking about this the other day with the sway that JB has, Good Pizza. I think that it would be dope if JB went to them both and said, let's do a hot slices. That's what JB can do. JB has that pool, I feel like. That would be a dope ass episode right there. Because I think that ultimately is where it should always come down to, is a conversation between the two. Like, guys, like at the end of the day, let's conversate. Let's figure it out. I mean, and not to say that like people are like kumbaya and everyone's always going to get along. But once you're talking shit on the internet, let's pull it together and figure it out on the internet. Then but let's the whole back and forth and then the multiples and stuff like that. We have the ability now to have a conversation with a mediator. With the mediator. So let's fucking do it. I've talked to pretty much everybody involved about it besides JBZ, but I've talked to JBZ in the past about something. So he just hasn't responded on this topic. I try to get Dougie on for sure with all of the things he's talking about. Brandon is fire. He's crushing it. He's in the garden working. I'll talk to him a lot. You talk to him a lot? Let him know. Say what's up. Let's hear about it. I mean, Masonic, we'll definitely have to chop it up about that situation. I mean, damn. That's a pretty wild one, man. When you have, like, that's just, you sent some unknown. pollen, but as long as it's not LCG, right? As long as it's not lemon cherry gelato, now all of a sudden you kind of like sparked a little bit of like, well, what is it? What the fuck is this mystery terp? Right? Oh, you're talking about Brandon third gen, the dude who swings microphones. Oh, love it. You know, I reference that every time people are like, oh, marijuana, it's a positive, it's this, that, or the other. It's like I remind people, nah, there's passionate motherfuckers out there. We swing microphones for this shit. And so I'll reference that. I'll be like, I'm part of the team that swings microphones. You know, I mean, I got passion. I wouldn't swing a microphone, but I would take a lot of love for what's going on in weed, where I'm fucking passionate about it. Swinging microphones. Someone should interview me. You guys, man, I'm here all the time. What questions you got? What questions? When's the first time I smoked a blunt? Fuck. 19. That's right. That's right. I'm going to start it with that. In the 1900s. Let's just leave it there. First time I smoked a blunt was in the 1900s. What's good? Sadly, there was no echo during the interview. I didn't know about until afterwards. Oh yeah, shout out to Bunch. I did a fire interview with Buncha. If you guys, let me pull that. I'll find that on the internet after I light this up. Let me light the weed first. Let's take care of business, and then I'll send the clip. Or Buncha, if you could pop the clip in the chat. And that was a fun interview. Let's light some weed. Double cheers episode. First time we've ever done a double cheers.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got.
Let's go.
Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail.
Invoice Rich.
And your little angel hung the cat up by its tail. And your third fiance didn't show.
Sing it with us. Let's go.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Hey, shout out to Blicky, Ronan, Jason,
And they're always glad you came.
Mario, even with the downvote.
You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same.
You wanna know? Let's go.
Everybody knows your name.
Shout out there to Surreal being in here. Masonic, welcome to the squad. I call you guys my yokes. Eggs in the chat if you fuck with me. We here. We're smoking weed on the internet together. It's 2026. Wouldn't I like to smoke a J? Wouldn't you like to smoke a J? SirHIGH's gonna say no way. Give him a leaf and let him go roll his wood. Remix. Wait, we do need to make a remix on that though. We really need to make a remix on that. I've been noticing that they have been flagging it now. I've noticed they've been flagging it though for the love. It's not for the love on YouTube. Motherfuckers are flagging it. Not allowing it to be seen. The morning wood has been banned in some countries. It's fucked up. I'm censored. I'm censored. They talked, the crews talked about going over to a different platform. If we went over to a different platform, oh, we could talk about some crazy, not really crazy shit, but we would be able to talk about pricing like a motherfucker. Like, I'm a little concerned with what Cali Plug said during his interview, YouTube doesn't play, man. So I was a little concerned with what he said about pricing. I was like, oh, can't have that. Can't have that now. But on Twitch, you can have your whole fucking menu on that bitch. They don't give a fuck. Sir, I will hit a frog joint once and pass it. Wow. I will actually. That's good. You're right. You're right. Because I don't want to waste it. I feel like when I hit the joint, I'm wasting it. And I'm also talking too damn much. Let me light this blunt. Talking too damn much, man. Shit. Should I open up the Discord to get some banter with you guys? You guys want to talk some shit with me? Want to talk some shit? Honestly, I'm going to say this, Den, and I love Brothers Broadleaf, so I'm going to start with that. Shout out to Brothers Broadleaf. I think you're in a phenomenal company. I love the history. Family owned, two brothers taking on family operations to supply us with a fantastic blunt that doesn't have the stem going north to south. Shout out to you, Brothers Broadleaf. You're amazing. But I needed something a little bit longer. A little bit longer. It would be tight if Brothers Broadleaf maybe collaborated with us, right? Ooh, speaking of which, a collaboration. But it'd be tight if Brothers Broadleaf came out with like the big boy version. I saw he did the barrel series. What about the big boy version? Or just the heavy smoker. The heavy smoker. My apologies. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's pull out the strain list. We need to pick a strain right now on what the grow off is going to be. Ooh, I love the weed. I love the weed. There's the logo. Oh, yeah. Oh, motherfucking yeah. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you like everybody, let me hear you say. All right. Let's get bigger. Let's get it bigger. We got to pick one. Let's pick one today, man. Let's stop fucking around. We'll go one down. Okay. Oh, look, we talked about that's Third Coast. All right, what are we growing? We're not gonna grow the overhyped stuff. All right, we're not gonna do Blue Zushi, and we're not gonna do the Toad. The Toad is going to be the reward for like the top 8, the Elite 8, or maybe Sweet 16. If we have that many people get down, right? Like, so this is the grand plan here. Shout out to Boston Clone Co. We're going to start with, like, let's say we start with, if it was me, I'm picking lemon cherry gelato. I'm kidding. Chill. Ooh, I'm a big fan of permanent marker. I won't lie to you. I'd probably pick Magic Marker. I'm a big fan of Permanent Marker. I'd probably fuck with that one. Okay? So, Boston Clone Company, if we choose that one, they're going to send anybody that is a part of the Morning Wood chat. What's up? What's up? Mustard in there. Okay? They're going to send us all a clone. And we're going to grow it. And if you're interested, if you're interested in the next like a competition style, who grew the best, you'll send it in. We'll do our own little fucking thing. I'll try to do I'll get the paperwork, and we'll do a side by side, and we'll have our first bracket here on the Morning Wood. And then whoever gets to like a certain level, the next one will be the Toad Venom. That's the plan. That's the plan. All right, what do you guys think about Magic Marker? What do you think about Magic Marker?
Wow.
Should we do something different though? Like this is our shit. This is our shit. All right, so talk to me. I'm gonna scroll through the options. AK, Blue Dream, Jack, Chem, GG4, Wedding Cake. I fuck with Wedding Cake and ICC. I don't know the others though. I mean, not that I don't know them. I'm saying I don't know if I want to grow them, you know. But if it's overwhelming, I'm down to share this experience and just let you guys pick it, right? Because I mean, honestly, the only reason we're doing this is because you motherfuckers. Let's be honest, it's because of you. Let's plug you. Come on. Magic Marker. I like it. Getting some Magic Marker love. I like it. No blunts? Nah, it would be a blunt. It would be a blunt bracket. You have to accept that. You have to be able to grow your weed so well that it's going to fucking power through a leaf. That's pressure. You can't argue with that. If I can't taste your weed through the leaf, that's on you. That's not on the leaf. There's plenty of weed that I smoke that does fine. Feel good if you can get through that blunt. You can goddamn get, because if you can get through the blunt, then it'll fucking crush on anything, right? I don't have to worry about shit. But if I've got to tell you, well, you've got to grind it a certain way. You got to put it in a paper. Is the weed that good? Right? Hell nah. The weed should power through it all, baby. You should smoke the worst way possible and still get fucking plugged. So, that's my thought on it. Blunts! Right here on motherfucking The Morning Wood. And the only reason the blunt goes out is because I'm sitting here yapping. If I just shut the fuck up, I'll be smoking weed. All right, so you're admitting blunts mask flavor. I'm admitting that blunts tell you why I think that just the best weed is going to come through a blunt. So yeah, I think that blunts will mask flavor on something that doesn't have a lot of potency with it. I can agree with that. Yeah, it just tastes like weed. Because it's not a waste. I'm getting fucking stoned, my guy. How's it a waste? GG4? All right, how we figure this out is because I'm seeing some GG4. Is GG4 even an option? Right there. Ooh! Okay. Okay, how about this? Because Blicky, you named out 4. You got to give your 1. You got 1 vote. 1 vote. Let's see what gets the most votes, okay? We're going to cruise through this. You get 1 vote. All right, I'm going to need you to drop your votes in the chat after we're done being live. And I'm going to tally up the votes. So this is going to be open because there's like half of the viewership watches when we're not live. So I want to give everybody an opportunity who's down to enter in. So everybody has to vote in the comment section of this show once it's not live because it doesn't show up in the comments. So once we're done here, go vote. I think that's the best way to handle it because then I can then I'll put together a poll afterwards of maybe the top 3. If we don't just go with the most, like if there's an overwhelming vote on one of them, like it's kind of like, why do a poll? But if there's like, you know, a few of them that have like similar votes, then I think we take it to a poll. And then everybody that voted on something different would have the opportunity to vote on what is actually going to be grown. Great plan. See how we worked this out? You see how that worked out? We just over here doing things. And then real quick, let me go ahead and show some love to Boston Clone Co., who is the company that reached out to us and said, I got you. I'll be your Huckleberry. So shout out to you. Thank you, Boston Clone Co. Lots of positive energy, too, that has come out about Boston Clone Co. when I announced that's who was hooking us up. A lot of people were like, what? Dope. Damn, 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 damn. So shout out to them. They must do good business. They must do good business. That's awesome. I'm going to smoke this blunt with you guys. I'm going to kick it. I'm going to read the chat. I'm going to enjoy the chat, right? I thought about moving the chat too, because if I'm the way I'm looking at things, I should probably have it over here. So when I'm reading it, it looks like I'm reading it. Hi. Marijuana. You guys don't have to do blunts. You guys don't have to do blunts, though. I don't. Okay, now to back it up, to go back over to Mario's question, I don't think blunts mask flavor on the best grown terps. I think every flavor comes across on a blunt. If that's what you were saying earlier, no. That ain't the case. Every terp, if grown correctly, you can taste through a blunt. Uh-oh. He's watching that tracking. When they engineer nicotine-free leaves, right, they tried that with the hemp wraps. Yep. Ready for the Olympics? I am. I'll be out there, Barn Dog. Shout out to Barn Dog, too. Came through after going out to Masonic's event. Linked me with Masonic, too, and made sure that I had that connection. Shout out to Masonic being in the chat earlier today. He will be joining on the Morning Wood at some point. That's going to be dope as fuck. But I will be at Olympics. I'm going to go out there and kick it. I saw E40 was going to be there, and I know E40's manager, Cool Nuts. We toured together. So I was like, whoa, you going to be there? Because I'm trying to get outside a little bit more this year. And so any plug I have, I'm going to take full advantage. And so I'm like, shit, well, not only is it a first smoke of the day type energy, but now I got to plug in on the artists that are going to be there. So I'm going in there and kicking it. Peace Man said, I'll grow anything. I don't give a fuck. Good shit. Good shit. That's confidence right there.
Smoke weed every day.
Ganja and Dead said, not a hater on it, just not for judging. I feel you. I disagree, but I feel you. I feel you. I know the general consensus is, I even used to feel the same way, like a joint. I used to call it the joint test, where anybody that wanted to sell me anything, I'd be like, all right, but let me smoke it first. Because like I'd hate when I buy weed and it smells good, but it didn't cross over. I call that pretendo. So it's like I was like this. There's like a pretendo era out there. So I was just like, look, I'm down, but let me smoke a joint to make sure that it actually tastes good. Call it the joint test. And anytime it didn't taste good, I'd roll something up and be like, yo, anytime you have something taste like this, hit me. Show love. Because it sucked to be have to tell them, like, nah, it's just not hitting. And that that could have just been like my palate too, like different terps. Back, you let this motherfucker go out. I got smoke, man. I'm trying to get stoned. Trying to get stoned to this motherfucker. Shit. I feel that. I would for you guys. Like I will for you guys. And there's like opportunity with Boston Clone Co. And if we put, once we see the votes on what the strain is, if it was like a fucking Blue Dream, I would be let down. But like I would grow it. There was a time that I liked Blue Dream. I just think it got like too much of it. Bob Marley said, SirHIGH, if you come to Maui, I'm going to puff some serious dank with you, brother. Oh, you're in Maui? Bro, I got family out there. I've been to Maui a few times. I got twice, actually. Calm down, Jay. I want to make it a few times. And went out to the Mambu Forest. It's dope out there, man. Shout out to you. I appreciate that invite and offer, my dude. I will 100% hit you because I hate being a tourist and smoking tourist weed, man. I would love to smoke the weed from the community. And there was a conversation on IG being had about like, oh, the community. And I kind of want to say that I think that it leaves the community once it goes rec. You know, I feel like once these brands are trying to be, you know, supplying like more and just be big, you know, they're not supplying necessarily the community. So when I say that, and I say I want to smoke what the community's growing, and I mean like people in their home grows and people that are just like growing for the love and, you know, or like the passionate ones, even if they do have a brand, whatever. But I hate that a lot of times when I travel, I'm going into a dispensary and not knocking it, but it's just like, you know, I wonder, like the biggest one was Amsterdam. Because in Amsterdam, I knew I wasn't smoking the best. I knew I was smoking something that was just like not it. And I know that shit was out there like a motherfucker. But as a tourist, who the fuck is this gonna like? I wasn't plugged in. So when you invite and when you throw that invite out there, Bob Marley, I appreciate it. And that goes out for anybody out there. You are not a tourist in Arizona any longer. All right. Anytime you come out to Arizona, yes, you will come out here and you will see the city. You will fucking do all the things you want to do, but you are plugged in with Arizona now, right? If you are connected with the Morning Wood, I got you. Just let me know when you're coming out and we will make sure that you are set up for success. And yeah, just want to make sure you know that. Come smoke a blunt with me at the lounge. You don't have to smoke a blunt. I'm just saying. You could roll a doink. You know what I mean? You want to know how I found out about proper doinks? Was all you doink smokers that were infiltrating the high lounge. It was crazy. Judging me. Like, it really changed the game, man. They really did something. I'd have people judging and be like, oh, man, no, but look, watch these guys. They've proven it. They've proven it. I said, damn, you guys are fucking, this is it. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it. We got Bunch of Bull coming out next month. Bunch of Bull's going to come out here and kick it. I'm gonna grab some L's today in your honor. I got some OG crosses that I bet will work well. Nice. I like blunts, man. I think they get, I mean, look, I'm not knocking that the leaf gives me an extra kick. So I fuck with that. Jack says, can I stay with you for a week or a month or a year? I'm not saying I'm putting you up. I'm just saying that, like, it's going to be your times will be had, right? So yes, to answer your question in the reference that I was offering, absolutely, you could live in Arizona, dog. Come on. You can't live with me. We never said that. No one ever said that. Roll the tape back. Right, Mario? Like, let's not forget there's preferences, my man. You know what I mean? So I felt like one of the things that if I was going to live like the purest way possible, it wouldn't just be on one thing. You know what I mean? It would be on life. I would eat differently. I probably wouldn't even consume as much cannabis, right? I mean, shit. Like, smoking an ounce a day probably ain't it. No way to I'm judging it. That's how I'm doing it. So that's fine though. The grow off doesn't mean you have to enter in to the contest. It's only if you want to like have some fun with it and, you know, be involved with it. And so all respect to those, but I'm not going to switch up and start rolling joints. Right? That's just not me. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I should invite SirHIGH to the South Bronx and then fail to meet him? Damn. Why? What's up with the South Bronx? You don't think I'll be able to make it? You don't think I'll be able to make it in the South Bronx, dude? You think I get bugged or something? Is it like that? I remember being in Chicago on tour, and they were like, don't get off the bus alone. I was offended. But I didn't get off the bus alone. I was like, I'm gonna just fucking listen, I guess. Fuck. I stayed right around the bus. Right? I'd be like, where can we smoke? That's okay though. Ganja and guns. If you take the L, you can blame it on the wood. You can blame it on the wood, dog. God, fool Jason ain't smoking right. Leon, what's up, Leon? Appreciate you commenting, my dude. I can say since I started smoking, started back smoking weed, it's been over 15 years. It has helped me a lot with my drinking. Nice, dude. Good shit. Yeah! There was a time where I was fucking getting lit too much. I found out it was because of the Phoenix Suns. Like I had season tickets and they are nice. They are nice to me. And I don't have self-control. Fucking, you're gonna be nice. I'm gonna be receiving. Fuck. So I just get lit. And if you have season tickets, it becomes like a job. You're like, fuck, there's some weeks I go to 4 games, bro. I was like, God damn, I gotta stop this. So I canceled my season tickets. I was like, all right. And plus, fucking how we were losing at the end of the seasons was so heartbreaking. I was like, it's like health reasons. After that game 7 loss to the Mavs, I was like, damn, what's going on here? I honestly could have fucked with Devin Booker because his manager was fucking with me, but I got too lit. So like, there was opportunity that I missed, I know for sure. But you know, I was there to have a good time. I wasn't really there trying to network. I was like, it's kind of like some bucket list shit. Whatever though, it happens. Blowouts, dog. That game 7 against the Mavs, man, changed everything. Booker really doesn't, and I'm gonna say this, man, and I don't know, man. Obviously, he did in the bubble, but like outside the bubble, like when crunch games, man, like, oh, you gotta come up, man. He's been like not it. We had a chance though. I mean, we got robbed, dog. That's it's all rigged. It's all rigged, man. Like that's why I don't really like to get into it too much because if you want to talk about the Nash era, I mean, the whole fucking referee shit that went down, he went to jail over for betting on games and manipulating games. As a fan, bro, that's heartbreaking. Like you think this shit's pure? You think it's a pure league? It ain't no pure league. Damn! Players betting, refs betting. That shit is entertainment. So I've had to reflip my mind. It's entertainment. Go out there and be entertained. Like WWE. And Booker even said it to himself. Said, he's like the WWE. I was like, see? It is. The players are saying it. The fucking people competing are saying it. God damn. Yeah, throbbing for Rosin. That's some bullshit. We over here bullshitting. I appreciate you guys kicking it with me. Smoking a blunt. Dope episode we had earlier. Again, pick a clone after we get out of here. Tomorrow we're gonna have Gold Rush. Thursday we're gonna have Juan from Backpack Boys. And Friday is currently open, but I got a couple people trying to get it to be surefire. But I'm able to now start focusing in on the morning wood. So you're gonna start seeing what, remember we talked about a few weeks ago, the goals were. So there's no excuses now. I got the time. So here we are. Yeah, 7 seconds or less. Yeah, I'm getting stoned now. Only took fucking 2 hours. I'm a big Dylan Brooks fan now. It's funny. I hated the guy. I hate because I don't know him. But like, didn't fuck with his game. Nah, I fuck with his game though. Like, all right. I feel you. Now I understand it. Yeah, I fuck with Jalen Green. I mean, look, I understood they had to blow it up. Bradley Beal was the stupid ass decision when we traded not Paul George, when we traded Chris Paul for Beal. Bro, I was like, what are we doing? What the fuck are we thinking? That's like an owner mistake 101 is like grabbing a shitload of ball heavy guards. We've done that before. Like we've done that shit before. We had Nash, Jason Kidd, and Dragic, I think, one year. Where I was like, what the fuck? Or no, then we had Bledsoe. We had Bledsoe, Nash, and Marbury, I think, at one point too. And I'm like, what are we doing? I think, I don't know, it must be just like some kind of Arizona Suns ownership roll call where you got to just load up on guards and fuck your shit up. Because Bradley Beal, what were we thinking? That was crazy. Arizona sports in general, though, I'd go off. Well, I think I'm stoned. I think it's time. It's time for me to get out of here. Trading Sean Marion for Shaq. Damn, dude, I forgot about that one. That was a funky trade. Sixers, though, man. I mean, Knicks, bro. Knicks are looking pretty good right now, right? Pretty good. So let's see what they do. Shout out to them. I would say this Chanel though was fucking heat. Win. Mario, my man. Hey, did I get the thumbs up or the thumbs down though? Right? Thumbs up or what'd you do? What'd you give me? Jack, the Suns trading for Barkley was the biggest of all time though. You right? Put us on the map. Took us to the finals. That's what made me a Suns fan. I bandwagon like a motherfucker. Because before that, I was a Hornets fan. Muggsy Bogues, Alonzo Mourning, Larry Johnson. Like, I fucked with that trio. And I liked Muggsy Bogues because he was the shortest player in the NBA. So he inspired me because I was like, well, if a short motherfucker can make it, then like, let's go, baby. You don't have to dunk, right? You don't have to dunk in the NBA to make it back then. So I was like, but even though I didn't know he could dunk, right? I just couldn't dunk. Damn, I got the thumbs down, man. Fuck. Fuck. All right, then, Mario. To get the thumbs up, give me two reasons on what I needed to get the thumbs up. I'm here for it. Now, let me hear it. I think you said even just having Cali plug on, you admitted that I was gonna get the thumbs down regardless. So we know that. Would it just be that just not even having him on? Because I'd accept that. I wouldn't change a thing, but I would understand. That's just how you feel. Eggs in the chat, you fuck with me. Thank you, L Barn Dog. Marijuana to you guys. You know I like to end it. You know I like to end it. My friend. Let's go. Till the end. Okay, I see you. I see you out there. Look at marijuana to you guys. Stay high. And open doors for your stranger. Be nice.
What the fuck?
Thank you! That's science.